What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. Y'all know what it is. We're back on the boxing grind. Of course, man. And some news came in today talking about Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder and Anthony Joshua, man. So when y'all get up in the building, let me know when y'all up in there, man. You know, it's been a slow day, man. Slow day, man. Video wise, man. I had other shit I had to handle today. But I still will, bank on my 7 day my 7 video or 5 to 7 day 5 to 7 video minimum a day. So I'm proving that. The only time that changes is on Sunday when American football comes on. You might only get 2 or 3 out of me that day, if that. But let me know when you step up in the chat so we can start talking that real trill boxing talk, man. Had a pair of good live streams yesterday. Let me know who I'm with, man. Come in here. Say something when you come in the building. Mama, I see we got 6 people in here, man. What's going on? Magnetic Shamil, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Who else we got in here, man? If y'all got these, where y'all at, man? These are the best. Clear fruit. And they just dropped this green apple. It's pretty good. Cherry's my favorite. What's up, T. Scott, bro? Oh, you got me on live, finally. What's going on, Wood, man? AJ have his nicotine patch on, no smoke with Wilder. Possibly. I just checked Eddie Hearn's social media page. Ain't nothing came out. What's going on, Ken? He ain't said nothing. It's about 2 in the morning in the UK. I mean, I'm gonna stand on what I said from the beginning. I still don't think this fight is gonna be next, man. I honestly believe this fight still ain't gonna be next. But obviously Deontay Wilder, he agreed to their last offer. And from the beginning, too. From the beginning, he's been saying that he won his work. They offered him $12 million. Bob Arum said $15 million would be fair in this situation. So you got that. You got Bob Arum saying bagging Deontay Wilder saying that wasn't free to drop that interview on Fight Hub. And so now you got Deontay Wilder. Excuse me, I'm trying to look at Anthony Joshua's social media page. Excuse me. But now you got Anthony. Now you got Wilder. That Barry and Eddie sent him a different deal, though. I will say that Barry and Eddie sent him a different deal. Shelly Finkel sat down with his father, Barry Hearn. Barry said it wasn't a progressive meeting. Shelly said it was a very progressive meeting. And obviously Deontay Wilder in the 23rd hour accepted the deal. Now in the beginning, my stance was I felt that Deontay Wilder should have had already compromised. I'm not a hypocrite. I said the same thing with Triple G and Canelo when, Triple G and Canelo was arguing over a deal the first time. And I said Triple G has never had to compromise. Usually when pay-per-view attractions happen, they happen because compromise is in full effect. Honestly, that's what happens. Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya. Floyd didn't, Oscar did everything. All Floyd had to do was show up and put his trunks, his gloves, and his shoes on. Oscar decided everything. Oscar was the absolute A side. Canelo Alvarez, Floyd was the absolute A side, So anytime popularity or pay-per-view changes hands or one new audience is introduced to a new fighter, compromise. And Deontay Wilder, I said from the beginning when they very first started talking about this fight, I said Deontay Wilder was going to have to compromise. $50 million offer, obviously nobody seen that coming. Anthony Joshua said, well, you know what? If he offered me $50 million, I'll sign tomorrow. Obviously, he offered him $50 million plus 50% on the back end. He called his bluff. And I be asking for a lot of these fighters to call these fighters bluffs, man. Because a lot of these fighters throw these lowball deals out here, and they throw these deals out here and these managements, and they know what they're doing. They know a lot of fighters got a lot too much pride to stoop to that level and take less or compromise because this is the hurt business, and one punch can change the whole, everything. So, they obviously Deontay, he fought to get more money to come to the UK. And Eddie Hearn had no real earning plan at first. When he got from 12.5 flat, he said, I could deposit into your account tomorrow. I had that money there tomorrow. I mean, if you could deposit $12.5 million for a fight, what the fuck y'all making on the fight then? You give me a flat fee. What is Barry, Eddie, and Anthony Johnson earning on the fight? You feel me? So you got to look at super shit like that. Obviously, Wilder's first ask was $25 million to come over there. Obviously, if you go offer the other fighter 50, I'm sure that their Matchroom USA CEO Eddie can offer you 25. Obviously, they couldn't do that money. I mean, the Vegas stadium they was gonna fight, it only held 20,000 people. So out of 20,000 people in a pay-per-view that was gonna be $50 in the United States, we get to that in a minute. If Wilder and Joshua took place in Vegas, okay, they was gonna be able to pay Anthony Johnson $50 million plus 50% on the back end. But then you have a 90,000 seat arena wherever the fuck they want to take place, in Wales, the Principality, Cardiff, Wales, the Principality Stadium, or Wembley. They have a 90,000 seat arena, and you can't offer me $50 million, $25 million. See, now you guys getting the point of why Vegas is more important than the UK, which I'm not saying, you know, Deontay should offer, should beg for it, or say I got to happen in Vegas. No, the more money. I mean, if you fighting and your life is on the line, the more money is in Vegas. You know, 90,000 seat arena, and you selling out. Why isn't it breaking any live gate records? Because they're not paying shit for the ticket. Like 20 of those tickets is like probably like 100 of those tickets like one ticket for a high end Vegas fight. You know, but hey, that's no here nor there. Deontay has finally recognized what I've been saying from the beginning, and that's the compromise, my brother. You have to compromise. I mean, you got to take a couple steps back to go like 5 or 6, 7 steps forward. In this situation, you got the ultimate bitch motherfucking Eddie Hearn and the ultimate bitch motherfucking Anthony Joshua. I couldn't find any other adjectives to describe them. I mean, you got to just play on their rules. But you know when you go over to the UK, you know what it is, bro. You know you got to get a knockout. You know the referee not going to let you clinch. You know the referee going to do certain things. You know the judge is going to not be in your favor. They're not going to let you get neutral judges. That's not going to happen. You know, that's not going to happen. You're not going to get, you know, any amenities in your favor, anything in your favor. Your hotel room might have roaches and bed bugs in them. You know, they might give you an air bed to sleep on the night before. When you go over there, you already know what it is. He's fought over there against Audie Harrison, I believe it was, a couple years back. What's going on, Lawrence Williams? I'll go through the chat in a minute. And the question that everybody wants to know is, Anthony Joshua going to accept his turn? Absolutely not. He's not going to accept this fight, in my opinion. That's just how I feel. I don't have any inside sources. That's just my absolute opinion. I must point that out. But I do know that they're going to try to act like the Povetkin fight is already signed, sealed, delivered. That's what's going to happen. Oh, yeah, we already signed the fight Povetkin last night before we got this information. This contract was signed last Friday. You know, Deontay Wilder, he was too slow. And, you know, Shelly Finkel will show an email that said the offer was sent Saturday. Well, no, that's the wrong Saturday. That's misdated. You know, they got to make excuses. You know, anybody with a brain and with a mind and with eyes, and with ears, you don't even need eyes. But ears knows that Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn don't want this fight. And if they do take this fight right now, it's going to be because they looked at that Tyson Fury shit. That was a big money fight. They looked and said, oh, this fat fucker ain't going to come back. And he ain't going to be back for a while. You know, that's what they're going to say. So if Tyson Fury is not going to come back in a while, then they might as well fight the Deontay Wilder fight. Because can they prolong the Deontay Wilder fight for 2 years for Tyson Fury, the rest of this year, next year, and then going into 2020? Can they finesse it enough that way before the fans start turning on them and realizing what's going down? You tell me. They've been finessing you guys for a long time, man. A lot of you guys. I'm not gonna say you guys in particular, but you know, they've been doing it for a while, man. They've been saying one thing. They can say anything. I mean, Joshua, you know, said the $50 million was real. They had a real, you know, the money was real. They know where the finances was coming from, and he felt confident. The deal was legit, and people still turned on Deontay Wilder. This is the same Deontay Wilder that flew over to the UK and was getting ready to. I think he was in Nottingham. Was getting ready to go over to Russia, and Povetkin got popped for he got popped for PEDs. I don't give a shit. He got popped. You know, and people blamed it on Deontay Wilder. I caught myself blaming Wilder. Like, man, I'm tired of seeing this motherfucker fight Ariolas and Malik Scotts and fucking Staverns and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him fight somebody like Povetkin, somebody that really ain't never been got his ass whooped, got held at a slow dance by Vladimir Klitschko. You know, I found myself doing that shit, man. And quite honestly, people blamed him for that. And Povetkin got the ultimate G pass for cheating. It wasn't until Povetkin got caught again versus Romain Stavern and people start opening eyes, but they still blame Wilder. Well, the money that Wilder was allegedly supposed to win versus Povetkin got put in escrow. I'll leave that to Fanon. Fanon can explain that better than I could. He's a lawyer. He read the shit. He knows what's going on. But ultimately, I mean, Deontay Wilder is the most hated fighter since Larry Holmes. And then you go back before that, hated fighter since Ali. The most hated fighter after that since Jack Johnson. It's period. And people in the comments say, why are you comparing to Ali? And I mean, what the fuck is you talking about? You listen. A lot of people don't listen. You know, a lot of people don't listen. A lot of you motherfuckers out there is retarded. But I don't think Anthony Johnson is going to accept this fight. He's going to say the Povetkin fight is already signed, sealed, delivered. He could be signing that fight, that deal right now, and just saying, oh, yeah, Povetkin, just put 6-5 2018 on it so we can make it look good. At the end of the day, man, anybody with a brain knows that Anthony Joshua don't want this fight right now. Eddie Hearn don't want this fight. I think Anthony Joshua want to take the $50 million. You know, and Eddie Hearn and Barry talked him out of it and gave him a 3-fight, $100 million extension. But the thing about it is that extension doesn't kick in until after November. You know, so they want to get a fight in real quick and then get into the extension. So, I mean, obviously, you know, we got to wait to see what Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn and Barry say. But I pretty can bank on it. This fight ain't happening. You know, they want to go ahead and fight Povetkin for whatever reason it is. Why do you want to give a guy a third chance at life that's been a known abuser of performance-enhancing drugs? You know, Meladonium wasn't illegal until I think after 2016 or 17. He took it after that, acting like it wasn't supposed to be in the system. Oh no, it's still in my system from, you know, before January when you guys banned it, and they wasn't buying that shit from Maria Sharapova, the tennis player, either. She got banned from tennis, and so did Alexander Povetkin. He got banned from boxing, so he paid his way back with the WBC, $500 grand. I don't know what he paid with the WBO, WBA, and IBF, but like I say, man, you want to go fight a guy like that who has a track record of doing bad things and cutting corners in the sport of boxing instead of fight Deontay Wilder. That's all you need to say. That's how much fear and how much respect they got for Wilder. And, you know, Anthony Johnson is sitting in his chair watching the fight between Luis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder, talking about, I'm breaking down the film. Like, at the end of the day, I mean, you can break down film all you want to. You can't do what Luis Ortiz can do. You don't have the ability to take away Deontay Wilder's right hand. And even when Ortiz took away that right hand, guess what? He still got knocked out. Knocked down twice. So, in my opinion, I believe it could be a good fight. I just don't see too many ways with the regression of Anthony Joshua and the progression of Deontay Wilder. Anthony Joshua winning, man. You know, he fought Klitschko, and people hold on to that fight like it was pure gold. It wasn't. I mean, Vladimir Klitschko got beat 18 months before that by Tyson Fury. He looked terrible against Brian Jennings. He looked terrible versus the guy from Australia that was an ice cream truck driver before that. He wasn't looking good before that fight, and this is a guy that got knocked out a few times, you know, before all that even happened. So at the end of the day, Vladimir Klitschko does punch hard. And I asked the question, did Vladimir Klitschko ruin or hurt or permanently damage or temporarily damage Anthony Johnson? You know, because obviously Anthony Johnson ain't had the performance like he did with Klitschko. He ain't had a good performance since that. Each performance has been a decline. From the Takam fight to the Joseph Parker fight, had been all the way down. And I'm just wondering, did Klitschko take something out of him in that fight? And we know Vladimir Klitschko is pound for pound probably one of the top 10 hardest punching fighters and boxers in heavyweight history. You know, if you hear any of the fighters that ever fought, I'm talking about his punching power, it's by far better than Vili's punching power. But Vili had a better jaw. You know, and Vladimir landed some dangerous and game-changing shots on Anthony Johnson, man. He hit him hard, man. And some of those shots, you know, a lot of the fighters wouldn't have got up from. Let's keep it real. You know, Joshua got off that canvas, and he did work. You know, Klitschko could have got him out of there. He's always been a tentative, silly punk, even though it looked questionable in there. The reason why he wasn't pulling the trigger, but you got to give it to it. Anthony Johnson survived that. He did. He survived that. But after that, it's been a decline in performance each one. And do you really want to pass up good money and the undisputed to fight Alexander Povetkin? That's the question. You know, do they think Povetkin is old at 36 and fragile and he don't have his shit in his system? His body does look a little bit less, you know, less muscular and a little bit more frail. He don't look as thick as he used to in the chest and in the middle section. Go for it. Either way, I'm going to watch whoever the fuck Joshua fights next. If it's Wilder or Povetkin, it makes me no difference. I will tune in. I'm not going to lie. I like the Povetkin fight. I'd rather see the Wilder fight. I'm tired of shit marinating. I'm tired of thinking these fools thinking they Pacquiao or Mayweather. I'm tired of it, to be honest. I'm tired of, you know, let's marinate Bud and let's let Bud and Errol Spence marinate, man. Let's let Mikey and Loma marinate for a minute. Let's let Anuyuwa and Tay marinate for. Oh, fuck that. Fight now. You don't get pay-per-view fights from cherry picking, bro. You get pay-per-view royalty and pay-per-view pound for pound king shit from fighting those guys. Look at Mayweather, man. You think he just fought fucking Pacquiao and it just happened like that? You think Pacquiao just fought Floyd Mayweather and that became almost $1 billion fight? No. Pacquiao fought Morales, Barrera, Floyd fought Gennaro Hernandez, Corrales, Castillo, Arturo Gotti in Atlantic City. They fought guys to be to get the notoriety, man. To get notoriety, you gotta fight tough competition. Because you notice when a lot of these guys become pound for pound pay-per-view stars, they don't fight the toughest competition. It's all about marketing. It's all about making these guys look better than what they are. And rarely do you see a pay-per-view king really ever fight a 50-50 type of fight. Rarely. And if you're talking about the benefits of fighting in the United States over in the UK, just in general for neither side, is that your pay-per-view is going to be double than the standard $20. And another negative thing about fighting in the UK is the simple fact that this fight's going to be out on whatever they choose. If it's September, this fight with Anthony Johnson and Deontay Wilder is going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, around that time. September, Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not want to be in the house. It's the last hot days on the East Coast and in the Midwest. Winter is creeping in there. I'm not going to be in the house at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Last hot days of the summer, last hot days going into the fall. I don't want to be in the house at 5 p.m. watching Anthony Johnson and Deontay Wilder. At 5 p.m.? No. I mean, I like to drink a little bit and watch the fights and do my reaction videos and eat good. But at 5 p.m., I don't really want to crack my Hennessy open. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a social night type of drinker. You know, when I do drink, I don't want to do that. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard fights, I mean, that's not cool, man. But hey, other than that, I mean, the ticket prices, the live gate is going to be higher, Joshua and Wilder. The time difference is going to be a struggle. That fight, and the only real positive about that fight is it won't be pay-per-view in the United States. Because no pay-per-view is going to be selling at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's why you see Earl Spence and Kell Brook do 500,000, viewerships. That's why you see Anthony Johnson and Joseph Parker do shitty numbers. It's not because it's on HBO in this situation, or it's not because it's on free NBC, CBS, Fox TV in the United States, or ESPN, accessible cable basic TV. That's not why. The reason those fights are not, the reason those fights don't do better is because of the time. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, nobody going to be sitting home watching boxing. Maybe in the wintertime, not even in the wintertime on a Saturday. A lot of people are doing Christmas shopping and Thanksgiving food shopping and shit of that nature. They shipping shit. They working overtime. Nope, that's just not a good time in the United States. I understand that 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning for the United States pay-per-view for the UK, that's not where it's at as well. But this pay-per-view is probably still be a $20, $30 pay-per-view in the UK for Wilder Joshua. So I mean, at the most, it'll probably be 30 pounds, whatever y'all want to call it. So obviously, Showtime is not going to benefit from the viewership in this one. I don't care what they can market this shit up the ass. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is not a good time, man. And all the money gonna be in the UK, and they talking about it. I can't get off without saying this. I'm gonna read some comments. I just totally forgot. I was just flowing. That this fight has a rematch clause to fight in the United States. So whoever loses is gonna go down in the United States, okay? But the thing about that is, whoever wins or loses, it's gonna be a rematch in the United States. But the thing about that rematch clause, in my opinion, is that whoever gets knocked out is not gonna be the same fighter. They're not gonna take the rematch clause, in my opinion. Did you see? Hold on, somebody said boxing is me. Did you see Crawford trainer Bomac said Spence is happening? The next fight, TO fights. Crawford wants. That's not gonna happen. Bomac has no control about making Crawford and Spence. Talk to Bob Miron. I don't want to hear shit he has to say. He doesn't fucking matter. He doesn't fucking matter. He doesn't fucking matter, man. Here's some questions. T. Scott, if AJ still fights with Vekin, he's a hoe out shit. Yeah, that's for the fans to decide, man. Anytime I say something, oh, you're this, you that, Magnetic Shemel, I gotta get you a wrench, bro. If AJ doesn't take the fight, then he's has peds in the system and needs the time to come out. Wilder, this is Brian Oleo. Wilder has done more than compromise, even getting AJ a huge purse. He is saying F it and let's call their bluff, but keep the 50 million available. Exactly. Wayne Jr., what's going on, bros? Rich gang in the building. Yeah, he's definitely calling a bluff. He should have fucking called a bluff a long time ago, but I think with the $50 million deal, that was his first bluff. So it is what it is. UK needs to give us our belts. It's boxing and me. Monroe was good, brother. CJ was good with my peoples. Was good. And less 92. Less 92. I expect a new excuse from Eddie Hearn in the next 24 hours. I hope I'm wrong. Boxing and me. Fury kissing man. Yeah, that was suspect, man. Al Heyman says salute, CJ. What's going on? There's two Al Heymans in the chat. James Doherty. The fight is on. Let's look for it. USA. I don't think the fight is on. I mean. That's James Daughtry knows something I don't know. I'm just waiting to hear from Eddie and Anthony Joshua. Amir Shua, did he accept an offer or did he make an offer? If he accepted an offer, then the deal is done. He said he accepted an offer. Sent a email. They sent something at first. Then they sent another email. They sent the email Saturday and they sent it again Monday. But at the end of the day, they can say, well, you know what? You know, Povetkin fight is signed, and we sent that, and we could send this Wilder offer to February. AJ telling Povetkin to sign it. Yep. He got Ali's belts, BMP boxing. If he agreed to terms, AJ terms is to send a new offer. Why didn't he accept AJ's offer? There's clearly other shit. No, he agreed. He accepted the offer they sent. The last offer that Matchroom said, Deontay Wilder accepted it. You know, so obviously, I mean, this just like this Amir guy said, this is how they're gonna try to twist this shit. Even if it's true or not, I'm not trying to put him out here. He says if he agreed to AJ term and sending a new offer, he didn't send a new offer. He said I agreed to his offer, but people are gonna try to spin it the way they want to spin it and still make Deontay look bad. When all this shit started happening, I told you guys, no matter what Deontay Wilder did, he was gonna come out looking like the evil guy. People just hate him, you know. They just hate him. Lil Bracy, I hope AJ don't come with no more excuses. Wayne Jr., I'm on trolls. Don't come in here on that bullshit. Appreciate it. DOG215. Did you know Russia got caught doping in the Winter Olympics curling? Yes, they got banned from the Olympics as well. That's very, very well known. What's going on, Rich Mob, Lil Bracy? The excuses are coming, bro, B&B boxing. I definitely agree. You know, you were right. AJ looked trash ever since the last fight. He should have dominated. And somebody else, I don't want to take credit for saying that. Somebody else asked that question and I did a video and I can't remember who. What's going on, Ronaldo O'Toole, man? What's going on, my brother? I ain't seen you in a minute. Jaquez Thompson, what's going on, man? KO Koa Butterfly. The Wilder get a portion of the American pay-per-view. It won't be in the pay-per-view in America. The 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time fight, it won't be pay-per-view in America. That's going to be a regular Showtime fight. Showtime is really going to be hurting on the ratings. If they lucky, that fight does 800K viewerships on Showtime, regular Showtime. Unless they put that shit on CBS, NBC, and that's another topic we could talk about. Wayne Drew, I'm telling you, Hearn going to come out with the channel, please. Please promote my channel. I got fucked up. Please. All in one for you channel. All in one for you channel. Y'all go subscribe, man, so you can stop being on my page after y'all niggas subscribe. It don't really matter. Show the brother some love. I don't know what he talk about, man, but I definitely plug you in, my brother, man. I support small channels until you do some dumb shit and I just unsubscribe. Hopefully you won't do that. But Wayne Jr. was saying, remember, all in one for your channel. So y'all go get that man some love, man. Wayne Jr., I'm telling Hearn, don't come out tomorrow saying Povetkin signed a contract last night or last Friday up. Mr. DX Factor 87. The pressure is on Joshua to sign the fight Wilder next. If he doesn't, it looks bad for Joshua. Wilder gonna ice this man. Hey, Mr. DX Factor, you need to get on Google Hangout, man. Download that shit so I can get you on one day, man. LS, man, 92, bro. What more can Wilder do to make this fight? It's nothing that he can do, man. To be honest, Wilder's gonna look bad. I said this shit from the beginning. Wilder gonna look bad, good, white, or in between. Jose in the building, Wrench Gang. Ice Wood. What's going on? What up, though? You know I'm a blade dancer once Wilder get those tracks. Oh, for sure. You know what I'm saying? For sure. You know what it is. You know, we doing a whole boss up, get your money dance, man. That's if you get that chance. One time, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate like the subscribe button. So, Siler Childs, what's going on, my brother? I ain't seen you in a couple days, man. Big fight, biggest fight. I like Spencer Crawford over any fight in boxing right now, man. I'm sorry, man. I mean, that knockdown changed AJ Sprint's spirit. He's changed his lifestyle to protect that chin. Yeah. I mean, shit, and, you know, he got up and did his thing. He should have got up and just, you know, forgot that shit, bro. You know, just like he got up in the fight, he should have got up and forgot that shit. There's no fight in boxing, to me, in my opinion, and I get into the Q&A after I talk about this last day. There's no fight in boxing better than Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. It's no fight better than that. That fight is gonna give you a Hagler Hearns type of performance or something close. You know, seriously, that fight is the best fight in boxing right now. That's one of the pay-per-view fights that definitely could deliver, not just a knockout, not just Wilder knocking out Joshua and Joshua knocking out Wilder. That's gonna produce a dog fight, man. That's gonna be a fight to the death. That's gonna be like some cockfighting shit where Roy Jones used to be on, man. And but yeah, this fight not gonna be on pay-per-view in America if it's in the UK. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, won't happen. You know, it'll be for Undisputed. This fight would be, but that don't change the styles for me. I want to see Crawford and Spence. That's a dog fight. I don't care what's on the line. They can fight for no belts on there. That fight is definitely worth it. These belts really don't mean shit half the time, no way. I'm trying to find that one question I was about to talk on, man. I can't find it though, man. You know, I can't find it. I'm sorry. I can't find one question I was gonna speak on, but yeah, man. You know, it is what it is, man. I think both guys, Joshua and Wilder, you know, produce a good fight, but obviously they won in the UK, and that's fine, man. That's fine, You know, for Americans that want to travel and Deontay Wilder favor just want to see the fight, that quick September turnaround is tough. You know, some of us can get our money up and go there by next spring or next winter, February, Marches. But you know, Joshua's want the advantage, man. And once you earn those 3 belts, you got the advantage. Now, if Al Heyman would have delivered Charles Martin to Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, he would have had 2 belts. But he's a manager, and that's the difference. Now, if Charles Martin had the same promoter as Deontay Wilder, this is the benefit of a promoter against the not benefit of an Al Heyman manager. If Charles Martin and Wilder had the same promoter, that promoter would have made one champion and fed Martin to Wilder. But by Al Heyman being a manager, you know, by him being a manager, he did what's best for his client and Charles Martin, and sent them over there to get a 6 to 7.5 million payday from Anthony Joshua. And that's a benefit for the fans of having a promoter, both of them be promoted versus being managed by the same guy. Like I said, if y'all don't have these, bro, clear fruit. Green apple, it's a new flavor. This shit is fire, bro. The show is really, really good. No preservative, too, for you health nut freaks. Unlike us fat boys. What's going on, Matt Valentine? Appreciate it, my brother. But, you know, yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna watch the fight regardless, man. You know, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hate watching fights in the middle of the day, man. I'm sorry. You know, I be having shit to do, ripping and running. That's family time, man. That's, you know, dinner and a movie and taking your kids and the girl to do what you gotta do so you get the streets at 9 o'clock. Or like me, you can get behind the computer and phone and do videos, you know, but you know, it is what it is, man. And for Wilder, he should have been did this. He should have been compromised. 12.5, I'd have took it. If I feel like I'm really going to win, I feel like calling a bluff. And he knows. He knows that this is potentially a setup going to the UK. He knows. He knows that he won't get neutral refs. He won't get a UK ref, an American ref, and a Switzerland ref. That won't happen. He know he will get the shittiest of the judges. The shittiest of the the judges won't be neutral. He knows he'll get the shittiest ref. He knows shit is not going to be in his favor. All odds are against him in this situation. It is. They want the Fury fight, but the Fury looking so trash the other day, they know it's going to be a long time before he's back. So they can't elude the Wilder fight for 2 more years to let Fury to get ready. Because you got the rest of this year, next year, and then half of next year for him to get ready. So they can't elude him that much longer. So they're going to see Wilder. And at the end of the day, They don't feel confident in Anthony Joshua like they say they do. They don't. Beating Joseph Parker proves shit. I told you guys. Joseph Parker is an ain't shit fighter, dog. He don't do shit good in the ring. He hit the pads good. He hit the bag good. He shadow box good. But when it comes down to fighting, he's not a good fighter. He didn't really beat Andy Ruiz in a lot of people's opinion, and that's the fattest, sloppiest heavyweight of all time. That's Butterbeans Jr. You know what I'm saying? Andy got some fast hands, though, but he didn't beat. He didn't beat Huey Fury to me and Joseph Parker. Huey Fury beat him. He did. I don't care what nobody said. They want to try to justify that shit. He didn't beat fucking Huey Fury. He didn't win that fight. And I told people, say, oh, you just a Joseph Parker. Man, shit, you got two eyes like me or possibly four bifocals. You see this motherfucker can't fighting for for Wilder and Miller to say Joseph Parker beat Anthony Johnson. Shut the fuck up. Joseph Parker didn't do a goddamn thing to Anthony Joshua. He tried, the ref broke it up, then he hit Joshua with a good body shot, and that was it. He came in selling all the smoke in the world. Oh, I'm going to knock Joshua out. That chin is this, and he on PDs, and that motherfucker fought in the back foot, bro. I'm going to come forward and knock Joshua out. He ain't got no chin, and this and that. I'm going to tear his ass up. And then what happened? He got in there and put his tail between his legs and was scared of Anthony Johnson, bro. Let's keep it a buck, man. Let's keep it a buck. I don't want to see Joseph Parker fight no fucking more. He got in there selling motherfucking wolf tickets. And what? And what, man? He didn't do shit. He didn't do a motherfucking thing in there, man. Sell Blog Talk, what it do? I think Spence beats Crawford based on size. I think Crawford is more skillful. I don't know if size is gonna be an issue, man. Crawford's a strong guy too, man. Crawford got that fucking country strength too, man. I think AJ clips Wilder though, man. That's your opinion, man. I can't tell you. You might be right. But in the last two fights, AJ ain't showed me a motherfucking thing. He clipped the calm. The calm didn't go nowhere. Him and Joseph Parker barely even touched each other. I could tell you why Deontay Wilder going this fight. I ain't always felt that way. All I know is if he lands a right hand like Klitschko, it's over with. And I think at this point, Wilder's right hand is way faster and more potent than Klitschko's hand is at 40-something years old, man. Really. Siler Childs, I want to see them fight for it all. I feel like some welterweights out there waiting for them to get knock each other off before they come back outside. Talking about Crawford and Spence, he said he wants to fight for more belts. Well, people don't know, the WBO has never been involved in an undisputed welterweight champion. It's never been there. You never had to have a WBO until like 4 or 5 years ago, or wherever it was. You only need 3 of the belts to be undisputed. Because the WBO don't fucking matter. The WBO is historic. Well, recently and historically, it's fucking held by top-ranking Golden Boy fighters. Without the WBO belt, Golden Boy wouldn't be in business. They would legitimately have to fight other promoters, other promotional fighters, but they don't have to. They can hide behind the WBO belt. The WBO is utter trash, man. You rarely see a Mayweather or Spence or Keith Thurman or guys from the Premier Boxing Champion side, and even guys from the main event side hold a WBO belt, or from the HBO side now. You don't see that happen. Those belts are held by Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya. So the chances is you won't see the WBO belt in an undisputed clash. And the chances is you might not see Terence Crawford in there with Errol Spence. Errol Spence may just get 3 belts. He may just knock off Danny and Sean Winter after Ocampo. And then he might get a title fight versus Omar Figueroa. That'd be a big fight in Texas for y'all don't understand that. And then he might fight Keith Thurman sometime next summer and try to get all 3 of the belts. He'd be like, I got all 3 of the belts, and he try to fight Terence Crawford, and Bob Arum, says no or says let's make a pay-per-view. Even after all of that, that won't be a pay-per-view fight, in my opinion. So Earl might just be happy with 3 belts and move up, man. Because why would he take? He said he'd go over to ESPN Top Rank, and that's cool because you want to get your last belt. But you hold 3 belts, so why should you have to go over to Top Rank? Your promotional company or your banner in PPC pays more than what Top Rank and ESPN will pay you. So obviously we cross that bridge, but it's no guarantee that Earl Spence gonna be Keith Thurman. It's no guarantee they're gonna be shining Danny Garcia. A lot of y'all laugh, but it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed those fights to happen. Even though they make them next, one of them could suffer injury. One of them can get the belt and drop it and say, well, I retired. And that goes up to vacant. And somebody's got to fight for the belt, a vacant belt, and then Earl got to wait. A lot of things can happen. Terrence Crawford, I don't think he's going to lose because he's not going to fight anybody. A lot of people got mad when I said that. He's going to fight the creme de la creme of the bums of Top Rank has for him at welterweight. He won't be allowed to get off that leash. And a lot of people don't like that, bro. And I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not going to be excited for a Terrence Crawford fight until he fights the Premier Boxing Champion. People say, well, I want to see him fight Lamont Peterson. For what? Ain't Lamont Peterson thinking about retirement? I like to see him fight Amir Khan just to shut his ass up, but they don't want that. They want to save Amir Khan and Kell Brook. I like to see him face Keith Thurman. Obviously, Keith Thurman is out. He won't fight the Danny and Sean Porter winner. Maybe it's a close fight. He can get the loser. Who knows, man? Lil Bracy, if AJ don't sign to fight Wilder next, I think he is really scared for his life. Wilder is doing everything possible to get that fight. And I salute Wilder for that. Exactly. And people say in the UK, woo, he's older, he has 40-something fights, who cares? And the one thing that was on my mind earlier, I had a friend come to me and say, I really didn't believe that Joshua was really scared of Wilder until I heard the podcast and the interview he did with Stephen A. Smith. And I said, bro, I've been providing you the facts for the longest, man. Real dudes that know real body language and that know real guys, you know when guys are scared. You know when guys continue to put up barricade after barricade and make excuse after excuse. Matt Valentine, CJ, shout out from Brick City. Been extremely busy, but I've been keeping up with the work. Good work, family. Appreciate it, bro. Brian Oilea, excuse me if I butchered your name. Wilder already had a fight set up with Povetkin, and Wilder having 2 belts wouldn't have meant anything. Situation the same. I mean, Wilder had 1 belt going into the Povetkin fight. If you're talking about the Charles Martin when the fight would happen, I mean, at the end of the day, Povetkin 36, he got to get it. Regardless of his past, if Povetkin is clean, he got to get it. You know, he got to push for it now. Because the Vladimir Klitschko fight was not a career-defining fight. Lose for him. That was a very messy fight. So he wants to prove to the fans that Klitschko had to hold him to win. He wants to prove that he could beat Joshua. If he beat Joshua, I'm going to just laugh, man. Because that's the worst-case scenario. That's the worst-case scenario for the heavyweight division, man. He might fight Wilder next, but, I mean, who want to be excited about Povetkin facing Wilder in Vegas or Russia? I ain't excited. I'd rather see Anthony Johnson. Charlo going to expose Hurd. Oh, that's another conversation. Shout out to Roman Jesus. What's the pay for Wilder in going to the UK? I guess it's going to be like 15. It's more than 12.5, I would guess. If it's like 13 or 13.5, I mean, what the fuck you hold up for over $1 million or $500,000 for? You should have been took the fight. So if it's a bullshit ass purse that they still offering him, or if it's the same 12.5 million he just came to the table late, I'm gonna blast Deontay Wilder. It better be a significant increase in this offer. Now, I mean, $14, $15 million. Wilder has vibranium in his right hand. Yeah, Kofi. Ruben Crespo. What's good, boxing world? When you get a chance, look up hip-hop artist who goes by the name of Sunblaze Fire. So y'all go check out Sunblaze. Wayne Jr., if it's for Undisputed, is Jose? I don't know, he's talking to Jose. CJ, honestly, Wilder knows he's going to follow Earl Spence style, leave no doubt, and don't leave it to the judges. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, too. UK fans always bring up that Wilder had a hard time with Ortiz. What you think? I mean, didn't Anthony Johnson duck Luis Ortiz? Happy, what's going on? Hello, brother. You happy? I'm glad you are. I need a little bit of happiness. Did Wilder take the flat 12.5 fee with nothing on the back end? Obviously, I think they increased the flat fee. It's still probably going to be nothing on the back end. Because there's no American TV money behind this. It won't be pay-per-view in America if Joshua and Wilder fight. Because it's going to come on at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mr. The X Factor, excuse me, shit. Mr. The X Factor says, CJ, who you picking, Wilder or Joshua? Right now, I was picking Joshua at first. Pick Wilder, man, but I got to do the film work. So that, I mean, I'm pretty sure Wilder's going to win, though. What the hell is Thurman doing on with Thurman? I answered the Thurman question towards the end, which we may be towards the end. Talk about UFC. I play UFC on my Xbox. I never played UFC. It looked fun, though. Orlando, what's going on, my brother? Wilder would knock Joshua out in the 10th, and I remember being in your basement when I told you Wilder was the best heavyweight. I didn't believe that dumb shit that day. I definitely didn't believe that. I don't think it's gonna go 10, man. I think it's gonna be 5 and under, in my opinion. I know it's on record saying 4 and under before. It won't even go 10, in my opinion. Joshua jaw too shaky, man. That shit somebody gonna get sparked out 6 and under for sure. I think Wilder knocks him out in 4 and under. Jose talking to Wayne. Alamon King. Crawford should fight Porter. Yeah. I mean, it should be that way, but that's only if Porter loses. Because the winner Porter and Porter and Danny gonna fight Keith. Do you think boxing is the most racist sport? Off topic. Nah, not when I seen in Russia they threw a banana at a soccer player that was black. I would say that's a little more racist than what I seen in boxing. You know, a little bit more racist. You know, they threw a banana at a black player in Russia. Think about that for a minute. Mike Bowie, you should do a video on Trey Lippett Morris. He's a 13-year-old heavyweight from Oklahoma, son of Tommy Morris. Yeah, I seen him, man. Yeah, maybe I could do a Who Got Next video on him. I do one before I do one on fucking Roberto Duran Jr. You 29 years old, you decide you want to start boxing professionally. Like off topic for a minute. We're gonna get to the Q&A portion. I mean, if I ain't boxed my whole fucking life, you know what I'm saying? And I'm at the crib chilling and I'm living off my daddy riches or whatever happened. Why do I want to become a boxer at 29, 30 years old? You should have been boxing your whole life, Roberto Duran Jr. The numbers say that you won't be as good as your father in general, and you damn sure have zero chance starting at 29 years old being professional. Monroe fights come and go so fast. I think Crawford and Spence should let it marinate a little bit. That's the fight. Is Pacquiao. No matter how much you let Crawford and Spence marinate, it's not going to be a big money fight, bro. It's not. How much longer can Errol Spence make welterweight? This is a dude that came down to welterweight. So you talking about at least, I mean, shit, minimum 2 or 3 years before that fight is even considered by the casual public as being a fight that they want to see. It's starting to gain traction, but are you gonna pay to see Errol Spence pay-per-view? No. Are you gonna pay to see Crawford pay-per-view if you're a casual fan? No. Danny Garcia shot? No, you're not gonna pay to see them fight pay-per-view. It's just, I mean, they're gonna have to build him up more, and Crawford's gonna have to do more to increase his popularity, man. I really wonder if they're gonna release those numbers for the ESPN Plus app. Errol Spence too, man. Errol Spence too. Bentley, Cameron Bentley, excuse me, I probably butchered your name. I would say I would give Wilder a pass on a 12.5 trying to fight in Vegas because it will make more money in Vegas. Detroit versus everybody. Oh, for sure, my brother. Stilo, Joshua about to make another excuse. I'm King, no fam. Oh shit, Bomb Squad. What up, LDBC? What's going on, family? Ian Campbell. Wayne Jr. Ether the Pops is good and his son is trash. On the other hand, boxing. Apple Juice only signed Wilder as insurance from preventing possible loss. Lewis Kirkwood, what's going on, my brother? Too much money to be made. Nobody's ducking. I don't know what he's talking about, but it ain't about the money for them, for Wilder and Joshua. It's about them trying to wait for the Fury fight. But somebody asked what's going on with Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is still overseas with his wife. Obviously, I mean, if you don't know, his wife probably can't get citizenship in the United States, and that's probably why he's staying over there. So Keith Thurman putting the love of his life, his wife, which anybody shouldn't say anything ignorant about a guy that want to be with his wife. He's staying over there instead of fighting. If I was him, I'll be fighting in Tokyo, Japan. You know, they love Keith Thurman, just staying busy. But at the end of the day, inactivity will kill a guy that's going into his late 30s, man, or going into his late 20s. So Keith Thurman is happy doing what he want to do. Y'all can ask any question right now. Errol Spence and Terrence could be a trilogy. Could. AJ Scared. BJ Slugs Beats. Could be. If anybody got any boxing related question right now, bro, I definitely will answer it, man. You know, any boxing related question, now's the time to ask it. I'll give y'all a minute and see what's going on in this boxing news real quick. What's going on? I got a good video coming. Oh man, I want to tell y'all this, but I'm gonna save it for a video, bros. I'm gonna save it for a video. This is the next video I'm gonna drop, and it's hilarious. I mean, Bob Arum is going to be like, what the fuck, you know? You know, so I'm gonna check. Let me know what y'all got going on, man, in the chat. If y'all don't got no question, I'm gonna jump off and put this video together real quick, man. What's going on, Junior? Man, I'm gonna hand out some wrenches, man. I gotta give Junior a wrench and I can't remember. I mean, I see his name, I remember it. But yeah, other than this, bro, if y'all got any boxing related questions, man, about to hold the lag off. I'm gonna do this video that's really ethering Top Rank and Bob Arum, and they take another L. Now, if you didn't know, Top Rank lost in court. They lost the rights to Arthur Betterbeef in court to GYM Yvonne Michaels Boxing. So at the end of the day, Bob Arum is just fucking striking out, man. Most of y'all probably already know what I'm getting at. I mean, the news just came out, so I'm ready for this thing to load so I can hand out some wrenches. There we go. What's up, Junior the Truth? Y'all go check out the homie Junior the Truth, man. He definitely put in the work, and he got all the high-tech shit, man. He runs the Smoke City Mobcast. If you didn't know, now you know. Who could be a sleeper at 147, 154? 154, I got a Who Got Next video coming up for well, he's not a prospect. I got a Who Got Next video because his name is Brian Carlos Castanos. He's the regular WA champion. I think he possibly could beat Swift Hurd, Charlo, and Jaime Munguia. He beat Sergey Devchenko in the World Boxing Series. Most of you guys know Brian Carlos Castanos. Most of the hardcore fans know him. They really do. And I think he could beat most of everybody. He's that skilled, man. And like I said, man, I don't see no race or no color, nothing like that. If I see a good fighter out there, I'm gonna ride with him. And like I said about Josh Taylor, man, I don't care if he's from the UK. He absolutely can fucking fight, bro. You know, wherever you from, if you can fight and I like your style, or I think you got a future in the sport of boxing, I'm gonna find you. And shout out to Fanon. He did his favorite prospect is Money Powder Fourth. I heard about him a long time ago. Glad to see he's doing good things and moving up the scales pretty good, man. Sleeper at 147. Rashidi Speedy Ellis is a sleeper at 147, and my sleeper at 154 pounds is Brian Carlos Castanos, man. Yeah, those are my sleepers. Yeah, Josh Taylor is that dude. He's gonna be entering the World Boxing Super Series tournament. Glad that you reminded me of that one. I got a video I got to do for that one. I already laid out the artwork for it as well. So, you know, people have been asking me about the World Boxing Super Series tournament, but you got to know the first World Boxing Super Series season, the one hasn't ended yet. Callum Smith and George Groves and Usyk and Gasly are still going to fight, fellas. When you think Spence fights the winner, Garcia Porter, probably the end of the year. He probably fight the winner, Porter, Garcia, at the end of the year if they don't drop their belts or retire. See, Spence, I mean, I'm going to end on this. Porter said some hoe ass shit that went by people's ears, man. He said, I don't know, I can't envision myself fighting without fighting Errol Spence before I retire. But I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to make the weight. Like, who the fuck says that? I know he came from 54 on down, but you sure made that catch weight first Broner. I am the only one that still wonder if AJ gets paid percentage or a flat fee like his opponents. Ever since that time he asked if he can get a raise, I've been wondering how was Hearn playing him. Well, I think your answer is in the fact that they offered him a 3-fight extension worth $100 million. For 3 fights, he's guaranteed $100 million. I think he's getting a flat fee. And what's that dude's name? Eddie Hearn is just, you know, killing off the interest off of him, man. He's killing off the interest. So yeah, I know Lubin is trained by Kevin Cunningham now. Yeah, I let Fred go ahead and break that news. I ain't gonna say I let him. I looked at it and I was just too lazy to do the video. I'm like, yeah, I like Lubin. One day, you know, I said a lot of some shit before too. I said I'll step up on the edge before. I said that I thought Erickson Lubin was gonna be a better prospect than Errol Spence at one point. I did. I thought Erickson Lubin was all that. And I didn't really think Spence was all that, man. You know, but he improved in my opinion. But if Spence would have fought Keith Thurman at 15-0, I still think Keith Thurman would have got him. And I still may think Keith Thurman can get him, man. I'm not just on 100% belief that Keith Thurman is just dog food. Mentally, yeah, he's a little pussy and prancy right now. But if he can get that swag back and that aggressive nature, you know, Keith Thurman can beat anybody. I was picking Bud Crawford to beat Spence, but it scares me how much he gets hit. If he gets hit by Earl like that he did with Horn, Earl will knock him out Crawford until next week. Yeah, a lot of people didn't notice how much he got hit in that fight because guess what? The commentators didn't call it. They very, very biased. What's up, Mr. Billy? I know Wilder and Joshua fight is better than not. Better not be on the zone. Nah, it won't be on the zone. Hopefully, I'm not gonna guarantee you that. But the World Boxing Super Series US TV dates are gonna be on the zone. So I'm hearing there may be $15, $10, $12 for the United States and a little bit more. Whatever. If it's $10 in the United States, probably gonna be 12 in the UK. But I don't think. But you World Boxing Super Series tournament sound like they might have a deal with the zone. So Richard Schaefer and Eddie working together. That's crazy. I like to see Lubin and J-Rock. Me too, but I think Lubin needs about 3 more fights, bro. Cool Man said Thurman won't be the same when he fights again. Maybe not, maybe so. I mean, boxing is like riding a bike. Remember Costa Zoo came back. I forgot who whooped his ass. I don't think, was it Ricky Hatton? See, I've been asking myself this question all fucking day, y'all. Well, since yesterday, man. We was on live with Classical Sports TV, man. Y'all go check him out, man. A lot of y'all don't know. I started doing videos over there first, and then we had a little bit of a split, man. But you know, dudes are, like I say, when women fight each other and they beefed out forever, bro. Me and my mans put that shit aside. We had a long convo yesterday. We've been put it aside, bro. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, a lot of people, you know, we beef and you know, you have some different disagreements, but at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, I stand for what I stand for, man. And that's what it is, man. I think he got beat by Vince Phillips, yeah. He got beat by Vince Phillips and took a nice little layoff off, I think. You know, he took a nice layoff off a few months, you know, or was it Ricky Hatton? No, it had to be Vince Phillips' loss. He took a nice time off. Costa took some time off, got back in the gym and built himself back up. Now, before I get off, man, I told you guys yesterday, if you've never seen this Olympic gold medal fight between Costa Zoo and Vernon Forrest, do yourself a favor and go watch that fight. Vernon Forrest versus Costa Zoo is one of the best Olympic fights I've ever seen, man. Best amateur fights I've ever seen. And if you want to see a good fight, go watch Brian Carlos Castano. I'm going to do a Who Got Next on him a little bit later tonight. Versus Sergey Derevchenko in the World Series of Boxing. No headgear, just like professional fighting. I believe Derevchenko, who's supposed to be fighting Danny Jacobs, who I seen BJ Slugs ask about. Castano beat the fuck out of Derevchenko, man. He's a 154-pounder. So when I do this Who Got Next, go watch the Who Got Next video on Brian Carlos Castano, and then go watch his highlight and go watch his fight versus Sergey Derevchenko. He totally outclassed Derevchenko, man. And Derevchenko was 23-0 in that whole thing. And Brian Castano's only ended up 3-0. Shows you how good he is, right? Danny Jacobs versus Sergey probably gonna be next. I heard Triple G and Canelo are back negotiating. So then Danny Jacobs' manager, he's Sergey Derevchenko's manager, said they're gonna fight next, and Andre Rozier is gonna train Danny Jacobs and not Derevchenko. He trains both of them, but he's gonna train Derevchenko. Cool Man said Big Baby Miller talks a lot of shit. He needs to step up the competition, maybe fight Ortiz. That won't happen. He's probably gonna fight Puev next for the IBF Eliminator. Easter is being slept on. Yep, I got a video coming about him too. That's done. Low land profits. What's going on, LP? Thurman will probably do a Fury comeback, but without kissing. Exactly. Monroe, female pick on who you take, Shields or Hammer. I have not really seen Hammer fight. She's a lovely, beautiful lady to look at, but I will be at that fight next week, fellas. I applied for press credentials, and that's a good thing. I should have just called on a day and see what happened. Check my email. So I will let you guys know. I'll probably have some footage from that fight. Hurd and Trout next. You mean Hurd and Charlo? Yeah, Hurd and Charlo will probably be next. You know, Al Heyman and Steven Espinosa said they want that to happen next. What up, Carl Burrell, my brother? And I say that Charlo's gonna kill his ass. You know, I like Hurd. He's a good brother, but you know, people forget Austin Trout was like, you know, pitching a shutout for his ass before his size took over. So I'm gonna end on that. I'm gonna do this video, man. Shout out to Junior the Truth, man. I go subscribe to the brother. What's up, Jeffrey Lopez, my brother? You deserve to get a wrench, my brother. Carl Burrell, you got a wrench. I see you in the whole box community, so I trust you, my brother. But Mr. Boxing today, I gotta give you a wrench too, my brother. You good brother. Cool Man said, I believe I gave you a wrench, didn't I? Yep, I gave you a wrench. Yep, but shout out to Junior the Truth, bro. Y'all go subscribe to him. My brother got all that good shit, man, coming from Ohio. He got all the good little, you know, mics and talking in the car while driving, which I would crash and shit like that. I think Ortiz is gonna have to slap the shit out of these cats to get a fight. Yep. Same as Ricky Diaz if he wants to come back, which I think he's done. Easter don't fight using his advantages. He fights like 5'4" instead of 6. Yep, it's definitely true. So I'm gonna sign off right now. I appreciate you guys. Drop some more heat, man. After this, we gone.